All right, so now we're recording. All right, so I just ask you some general questions, and mind you, it's gonna be edited. The guy I got my editor, he's gonna edit out, and just use whatever he wants to use from it or whatever, right? So I ask you some questions. First of all, I want to know like, what is your relation to DELO? How you know DELO in the first place?
DeLo is a friend of the family. He's like my brother.
Y'all
So
families are close.
we was real close
Okay,
from his brothers, sisters to my brothers and sisters. So we consider ourselves family.
okay, got you. All right, so we're gonna fast forward, right? Because the reason that we're here is to find out. So you know that I interviewed Lisa Naylor, right?
Yes, sir.
Lisa Naylor was the prosecutor in Delo's case. So I didn't actually interview her. I spoke to her on the phone. That's after I called her. I didn't get her. She didn't answer, but she returned my call. And I'm gonna give you a little bit about what our conversation was. She was just asking me questions, and what I gathered from the conversation is that she was trying to figure out what I knew, right? How
Right.
how much power we had, where we were at. So she just had all these questions about, oh, okay, what are you guys doing now? What's the situation like now? So when I explained to her, right, everything. Like I told her where we were at. I let her play dumb, right? So she
Right.
didn't know that you had come back, I guess, 10, 12 years later and recanted everything you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, he did?" I said, "Yeah, he did, right? He did a sworn affidavit or notarized statement stating that he was coerced by the agents or the prosecution side, right?" And she's acting like, "Oh, I didn't know that." She didn't know any of this. She said, "Well, I'm a defense attorney now. I didn't know he had come back and recanted his statement. I had no idea, right?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he went before a judge, right, and told the judge that he lied.
Yep.
He lied at the beginning, at the onset, and he was kind of like forced into saying the things he said, and that for the past 10 years it's haunted him. So he wanted to correct it, right?
Yes,
And the
sir.
judge said, "All right, we don't believe you." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So give me a little idea. How was that? How was that? Walking with that on that burden, right? And then getting to the point in your life where you were like, "Yo, I gotta fix this." And then when you tried to fix it, they wouldn't let you.
I
Explain
mean,
that.
for me, it's always been frustrating when I told the truth to them and I was forced in a situation when I was younger and vulnerable because they wanted Kenneth Thomas. They didn't want me.
Okay.
They didn't want me. So I was forced to coerce words that I didn't even know back then.
Yeah.
So as frustrating as it sounds, yes, it's been a very frustrating 23 years. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because an innocent man is locked up behind me dealing with people that may force me to say things that wasn't true.
Got you.
So
Got you.
when I was able to tell the truth, I was oh Lord, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I was oh, it's about to make me cry. I was lied to. I was almost like forced to do this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna suffer. Okay, I've been hey, innocent man has been suffering for 23 years.
So they threatened you.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah,
yes,
they tried to prevent you from telling the truth, right?
yes. Even it started with the detectives. All I know
Okay.
was one name, and
Okay.
then once the case got going,
What
then
was
it
his name?
started. All I remember, it was two of them. All I remember is Tim Mason. I'll never forget his name,
Okay.
Detective Mason.
All right.
So, and I told them that R. Bryant was the shooter.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
And they didn't want to
So
hear that.
they didn't want to hear because me and Mr. Thomas had already had a case that was pending, which he was found not guilty on, that I served time for.
Okay.
So once this case, what he's incarcerated for, came about, which I don't understand why Lisa Naylor and Pamela Anderson was a
Okay.
part of it, and they
Yeah.
told me out of their mouth, which recordings couldn't not get heard way back then. They wanted Mr. Thomas.
That's what they said.
They wanted him
Okay.
by any means necessary, even if it wasn't my words or anybody else's words. I don't know who else even testified on the case. I want to say Tory Glenn, which
Yeah.
is Arkey's brother, but I don't know what he actually said. But to me, I got a lesser sentence behind what they coerced me to say,
Gotcha.
and they found the innocent man guilty. So
And
yes, it's very, very frustrating because that's a burden on my heart, because like you asked me, we are family. We've been
yeah.
knowing each other for decades.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just feel like an innocent man is locked up behind nothing because the DA, Lisa Naylor, Pamela Anderson, Judge Norman wanted Mr. Thomas incarcerated behind something he didn't do.
Wow. Wow. And this is going on 23 years now that this man has been behind bars. And what year was it that you came forward and said, hold up, he ain't do it? Like, what that? I know it was like 10 years after he was sentenced.
It would say 2003. I'm gonna say, because I got out. I don't want to say the wrong year. Like 2013, maybe 2014, 2013 or 2014.
10, 11 years ago.
Yes, sir.
So he's been incarcerated for a decade or more since you went and told them he didn't do it.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. That's so it's crazy, right? That they choose which story of yours to believe. They're gonna go with the first story because
it convicted him. So when I went back to court on his behalf, I was threatened on the stand. Like, oh, wow. you can face this, and I told him point blank, do what you have to do.
Wow.
Do what you have to do, but the innocent man is in jail for nothing.
Yeah. So you did everything you could to try to rectify the situation. They wouldn't let you.
Yes, sir. Nope.
So now that the first part of the interview has come out, right? And that's the part where you said, I read the transcripts. You said, well, I know the guy who did the shooting, but I don't know his name. You said, but I know he hang with DELO. He hang with his brother. Hang with DELO.
Hangs with DELO.
Right?
Yes,
his
sir.
His brother hang with DELO. So you said that 2 times, right? You said,
yes, sir.
They asked you. They said, what you say? You said, I know the guy. I don't know his name, but his brother hang with DELO. And at that point, they stopped the interview, right? So when they stopped the interview, one would believe that's when they turned the heat up on you, right?
They put the pressure on me,
exactly,
as me being young, because I had already had a prior case with Mr. Thomas. So and he